Hi, I'm Ms Xie and I'm a teacher at Live at Mighty. A lot of parents come to me and ask me how their child should improve on their composition writing skills. But how do we go about doing that? We need to learn to read books closely in order to absorb some essential writing skills. Although the plots found in books can't be used in your compositions, there are still some skills that you can take away to boost your composition grades. In this video, we're going to use the award-winning book I wrote called Dragon-Hearted. The book is about Xing Long, a 10-year-old girl who has to slay a monster. These are the 3 skills that we are covering today. Number 1. Using the 5 senses to describe a place. Number 2. Describing a character. Number 3. Learning how to write good lines of dialogue. Now let's talk about skill number 1. Using the 5 senses to describe a place. The 5 senses are as follows. In my book, I had to describe the heavenly palace. Although I had no idea what the heavenly palace looked like, I used my imagination and referred to some drawings to get a good idea of what it may look like. Here's what I wrote. As the animals approached the palace, they were stunned by the ornate marble floors, the red lacquered pillars, and the golden throne upon which the Jade Emperor sat. There was a bright orange flame in front of him, and it seemed to beat like a human heart. The rat then knew the race wasn't yet over. Perhaps that was the last obstacle. He leapt over the crackling flame and came face to face with the Jade Emperor. Every time you read a book, it's good to make a copy of 1 or 2 pages that have good descriptions. Using 2 to 3 colors, highlight the senses used in the description. In this case, I highlighted what the reader could see and also the sound word that the flame made. I also highlighted the simile that could be found in the book. After collecting the phrases, try and think of where you would be able to use them. Although we do not go to heavenly palaces in real life, some of these descriptions can be used in compositions. If you visit a rich friend's house, you can write that the interior of the house had marble floors and that his dining room chairs were golden and looked like thrones. If you go camping, you can describe the bright orange flame that crackled. I bet you can see how these phrases can add color and life to your composition by describing the setting. Point number 2. Now we're going to learn how to describe a character. In Dragon-Hearted, the main character, Xing Long, has to fight a bully called Kenneth. Here is how she described him. In primary 1, Kenneth used my hair as a paintbrush, so I punched him in the face. I could do it again, but I was also a little scared that Kenneth might beat me up because he looked like that fat sumo wrestler guy from Street Fighter. In this scene, we see Xing Long describe Kenneth the bully. We know that he's a bully because of his actions. He used Xing Long's hair as a paintbrush. But what did he look like? We can tell that Kenneth was large and fat because of the simile, looked like that fat sumo wrestler guy from Street Fighter. Bullying is a topic that frequently comes up in examinations, and these 2 ways of characterizing bullies, describing what happened in the past and their appearance, can be very useful. For example, if we write a story, we can write, Ben had bullied me once because he had used my hair as a paintbrush in art class. Moreover, I was afraid of him because he was as fat as a sumo wrestler. Finally, we move on to the last point, which is point number 3, writing good dialogue. In Dragon-Hearted, Xing Long copies the work of her close friend, Four Eyes. Here is what happens when he confronts her. Xing Long, why have you been copying my work? It was just that one time, I said. Don't lie, I saw you. You can't copy my work. There was a tremor in his voice. Why? Because that's what school is for. You have to learn stuff. You don't learn by copying. You can see that Four Eyes is a well-behaved student who follows the rules, while Sing Long breaks the rules by cheating in class. Although it is not recommended to write too many lines of dialogue in your compositions, this gives us a good idea of what the confrontation can be like. How can you use this in your own story? You can be inspired by the dialogue and write your own. Confronting someone for being dishonest at school is a common topic, and you can be inspired by these lines to write your own story. Here's how it can be changed. Why did you copy my work? Cindy demanded. I didn't copy. James started to deny this, but this only made Cindy more enraged. He was going to pay for his dishonesty. You can't copy my work. I'm telling the teacher. Cindy huffed and stormed off. Did you notice that I changed some of the details to suit my story? Copying whole chunks of text is not advisable because it is called plagiarism. We understand that writing is hard, but copying and pasting large chunks of text from a book to a composition will not guarantee an A. It is far better to learn these strategies and put these phrases down in your own way to write your own story. Alright, so what did we learn today? Number 1, we learned how to use the 5 senses to describe a place. Number 2, we learned how to describe a character. And lastly, we learned how to write good dialogue. I hope this video helps. Happy writing! If you're interested in buying the book, you can click below.